with the flow.
Can't forget about Coach Bergen. Of course. And if you don't got Coach Bergen, you ain't got shit.
What's up, Coach Bergen here, and welcome to the Coach Bergen Show, episode 45. Our guest today is LemonGuy. He's a pro wrestler, and we're going to hear his story.
Hey, there we go.
Hey, what's up? We got it. All right.
Perfect.
Cool. So, DC LemonGuy, is that what you go by normally?
Just
just
Lemon
Lemon
Guy. Or I kind of go between Lemon Guy and Limoncello now, depending on if I'm a face or a heel. So,
Okay. All right. So, how did you start with the name LemonGuy?
so if you can see the wall behind me, it's the XFL. Back in 2020, they brought Vince McMahon's crazy ass brought it back. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to curse. Vince McMahon's crazy stuff brought it back. All right, cool. All right, Vince McMahon brought it back, and we have a team in DC called the DC Defenders that play down at Audi Field. And so we had a team like we're excited as fans down here. We haven't had good football in some time, so like we went out. Had a blast, and one of the traditions we have at our games is building a beer snake, which is finish your beer, stack a cup, get it to the top of the stadium. So unfortunately, COVID wiped all that out. League folded. We're all bummed. In 2022, they said, okay, we're bringing the league back. New management. And so all of us fans were like, all right, cool. We're going to go back. We're going to cheer for our team. We're going to build some beer snakes. And as they started building the beer snake, that first game back, Audi Field security started confiscating the cups. They're like, oh, no, you're going to throw these on the field, blah, blah, blah. And so we got angry. And in an act of rebellion, they were selling these pre-made cocktails at the game that had half lemons in them. And so we started taking those things and chucking them onto the field. And if you see like the first game, it's like 1 lemon, 2 lemon, 50, 60, 70. And so from that, I thought, okay, I can do something with this. So went on Amazon, a bunch of other stuff, started dressing in lemons. And, just started going to games dressed like that. And I was at the Penn State blue and white game, and they were selling shoulder pads. And I said, okay, I could do something with that. So I painted them red, painted them yellow, started sticking stuff on that, and kept going to games dressing as lemons. And the fans just started calling me Lemon Guy. And rather than coming up with a name on my own, I'm like, cool, fans named me. We're good. We're good here. So, yeah, that's the story in a nutshell. We
right.
Looking forward to.
Was that before you started with pro wrestling or after?
It was so 2020 started before. I started wrestling in early 2022 because it was like kind of like post after COVID. It's like sort of tapering down, stuff's opening back up. I thought, all right, I've always wanted to try pro wrestling. It's now or never. So So I started up at Maryland Championship Wrestling in Joppa, Maryland. So I did that. Did the newbie class, did that for 4 or 5 months, and then kind of got tired of making the drive up there because it was about 2 hours in traffic each way. So stopped, took about a year off, and now I'm currently at a place called Renaissance Rumble Pro Wrestling up here in Rockville, Maryland. So I've been there. So I've been training there consistently since January 2024. So
January 2024. Okay. So about 2 years then.
Yep. So 2 years, give and take. I'm also an assistant trainer there now, so I'm helping our little newbie classes get together, teaching them wrist locks and how to bump and all that fun stuff.
All right. Awesome. Which do you prefer more, wrestling or teaching?
For me, it's kind of both. Like when I first got into this, my ultimate goal was to be able to teach others how to do this safely, work on care. Just if I can teach people the right way, if they go out eventually and become, rich and famous and on shows, and they're bumping correctly, I can say, hey, all right, I taught them how to bump correctly. Mm-hmm. But I'm sort of, wrestling-wise, like I'm both a wrestler and a referee now. So it's sort of, so I'm just kind of doing jack of all trades right now. Okay.
Do you dress up like a lemon when you're the referee?
I do not. No, that I'm dressed as a classic referee.
Okay. All right. That's fair. That's fair. So what have been some of your favorite matches? Do you have a top 3 favorite matches?
I'll say I haven't had too many matches, but
Okay.
the favorite match I've had so far is with somebody who also started Renaissance Rumble, is now up at EWA in Baltimore, or Catch Point / EWA up in Baltimore. And it goes by the ring name George LaFleur. And his gimmick is like a 1920s strongman. And for me, I'm like really high energetic, test your strength, that kind of stuff. And we had just the most fun match I've ever had. Just, like a lot of showmanship, a lot of like kind of more of like a classic wrestling match. But he's a good buddy of mine, and we just had fun.
That's what it's all about, because when you're having fun, the audience is having fun too.
Oh yeah.
So you said that you're both a heel and a face. Which one do you prefer to do?
I'd say I'd probably do my better work as a face, but being a heel is so much more fun. It's just fun to beat up the baby face, sneer at the crowd, get them to boo you. Oh, it's so much fun.
Probably a lot easier to get them to boo than it is to get them to cheer.
Yeah. Also, I don't have to. My face gimmick, I wear shoulder pads, so it's a little less stuff to travel with too, which is nice.
Okay. All right. Yeah. That's definitely a lot easier because you're traveling around a lot as a wrestler. So what are some of the places you've had to travel to?
Let's see. Farthest I've traveled so far is West Virginia. It's a place called Route 33 Wrestling. So usually what we do is they'll have a show there, they'll have a seminar the same day. So I've gone to a couple seminars there with the world famous Cheeseburger. Great individual, great teacher. And yes, we went out to Route 33 a couple years ago, and I have to say that drive is treacherous. Because when it's dark out there, it is like hour and a half of just dodging deer and whatever else is out on the road.
Yeah. So you didn't hit any deer then, thankfully.
No, we counted about 30. We a couple close calls, but we counted about 40 of them.
Oh, wow.
Just on the way from the venue back to the hotel we were staying at.
That's a lot. Yeah, I mean, where I am, I'm in Connecticut. So, like, there's a lot of deer here as well. And especially at night, like, you come real close to hitting someone. They're just, like, crossing the street, crossing the road. So, you always got to pay attention at least a little bit. And, it kind of sucks if you were to hit it, though. Because I think that, I'm pretty sure that they would destroy a car if they got hit. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So. We were, let's see, it was four of us driving back at around midnight in my crappy little 2005 CRV. So we're just white knuckling it, driving back. And just, we had like two people on deer duty just to be like, all right, you look this way, you look that way, because I'm just going to keep driving.
Right. Yeah, it's you gotta have everybody looking out at that point, get the different perspectives, different angles, and all the mirrors, and oh my God, yeah, that's tough. But all right, so let's get back to some other favorite matches you've had. You talked about the one against the strongman. What else?
And my most recent one was last month up at EWA in Baltimore. We had Rage in a Cage. So it was first steel cage match I ever had. We had it was oh gosh, there were about 8 of us. It's kind of a scramble. The idea is an outside-in battle royal, complete chaos. So the objective is get into the ring, go to the corner, and ring a bell. And so we got about, so like when all 8 of us finally get in the ring, it's kind of go up to the corner, boom, boom, get a move off the top rope, and just complete fun, utter chaos. I didn't win, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. I mean, there's 8 people in there, and so how does the match work again? What's the objective?
So objective is there's a bell hung up in one of the corners. So you had to climb to the top rope, grab a screwdriver or whatever they had to ring the bell, and that's the match.
Okay, so once you ring the bell, you win the match.
Yeah.
Okay. So where is it like attached to it? whatever you hit the bell with?
So it was kind of attached to the side of the cage.
Okay.
So
Got it. It's just, that's just odd to me that it's inside of a cage. Like I would think that they would be separate matches, but
it was
combining them is neat.
every match that night was inside of a steel cage, so we had to keep it up. Yeah.
Okay.
We weren't taking that thing. That thing took so long to build that we weren't taking that thing down.
Yeah. No, I imagine that those probably take forever to build because they're just like they're giant and they have to go around the ring and they have to be able to, open like there has to be a door where people can go in and out, and then you have to be able to make the door lockable, and then I imagine there's probably like some kind of door on top that you can climb on top, or no?
It was an open roof. So
it was open.
It was just sell, but it was fun chaos. And then myself and one of my other buddies from Renaissance Rumble, we reffed the entire night. So it was great. I got the ref 2 title matches, got like right next to the action. Like that's my favorite part about being a referee is I'm right there.
Yeah, so, you got the best view. The absolute best view. It's kind of like commentators usually have, a good view as well, but you're literally right in the action. So, but you're also part of the action being a referee.
Oh yeah, match starts and ends on my counts.
Yeah. So, all right, cool. What do you prefer doing, wrestling or reffing? I don't think I asked that, but yeah, did I?
Yeah, but I was like the answer's the same. Like I love both. Like it's
you like both?
I just love being in the action, whether it be taking the bumps or observing them.
All right, cool. So, if you couldn't be a wrestler, what would you be doing?
Let's see. Probably either refereeing or probably be a manager.
Okay.
When my body tells me you're done taking bumps in the ring, I will probably transition to manager and referee full time.
Okay. All right. Like a Paul Heyman type of manager?
Kind of. Like I'm kind of not sure what flavor of manager I'd be yet, but something annoying.
Okay. All right. You'd have your own unique style to it. Yeah. All right. If you could eat only one meal a day, what would that meal be? It could be any food you want, no consequences.
Any food I want, no consequences. Probably Chipotle. It's got good variety. They got enough options that I wouldn't get sick of it.
All right. Not a bad choice.
Yeah, it's like, no consequences. Good variety.
Fuck it, why not?
Yeah.
With no consequences, you could even go like donuts or, ice cream or whatever.
But like, I get tired of this. Like, I'm at that age now where I'm like, stuff's getting too sweet now.
Okay. Well, I get it. Stuff has definitely had a lot of sweetness and sugar added to it over the last, years. More and more every year, actually. But, like, there's even sugar in milk, surprisingly. So, it's in everything. But it's got to taste good, right, in order for us to eat. So, yeah, it is what it is. All right. If you could be any animal, what animal would you be?
Cool. Easy. Otter. They are the happiest creatures on the entire earth.
Okay.
And I've actually done there's a place in Delaware where you can actually go up and swim with otters. And they are just the happiest little creatures. Like they never have a bad day.
Okay. I imagine kind of like dogs, they probably have short-term memory is probably a part of it.
Yeah, a little bit. It's sort of like, I don't know, they all have ADHD. They're like, I'm interested in this, I'm going to grab it, and, so I'm going to grab it and have fun with it, and then when I'm done, I'll focus on something else.
All right, yeah, you become an otter, yeah.
Yep.
After you're done wrestling and being LemonGuy, you'll be the otter guy.
Yeah, I'd love it.
Awesome. Maybe that would be the manager role, as the otter.
Oh, yeah.
I don't quite know how that would play in yet, but I could imagine, if you're already dressing like a lemon, why not like an otter? And I don't know. I think that could be fun. But all right. So, what are some of the other favorite matches you've had?
Favorites? Oh, let's say So there's all right. So at our school we have sort of in-house training matches. There's a fellow there named Dave Luna, who is the Wolfman, and we had a great high pace, very fast, lots of lucha, lots of American style match. So we've wrestled each other a couple times. It's just always a blast.
Cool. What do you like most about it, aside from it being, fast paced and fun and, a blast?
Sort of like we don't really have to communicate that much since we've trained for a couple years together. So it's just, we can either make eye contact or, whether it's, we're in holds, we can just look at each other and say, okay, this is the next. We don't even have to talk about the next spot. It's just boom, 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 boom.
Okay, so it flows naturally, flows easily. Cool. Awesome. So if you could have a dream match with anybody, any style of match, what would it be?
Anybody? All right. Roughly like all-time favorite wrestler, Rob Van Dam. So I would love to have just not a hardcore match, but just Falls Count Anywhere match with Rob Van Dam.
All right.
I think, yeah.
Falls Count Anywhere. So what would be your game plan?
Ground him and jump off as many things as possible to land on him.
All right.
Yeah. Like probably take out a leg because, we're flyers without their legs, but he just has so much variety of offense that it would just be so much fun.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he definitely is one of a kind.
He is.
And I remember he used to do these like splits where he would put his feet on chairs and yeah. And I remember like trying to get really, really flexible for quite a while because I saw him do it, and then I stopped. Now I don't have anywhere close to that level of flexibility. But at one point I used to be able to put my foot behind my head, but like I had to force it though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But all right. So what kind of wrestler would you say you are most like? Do you have anybody that you could compare yourself to that's active on the roster?
Active on the roster. Probably I'd say closest is probably like a Chad Gable, something like that. I'm very American style, but I'd like to throw like a little bit of lucha in there. I'm still kind of figuring out my character, but also throw a little Santino Marella in there because I do like throw a little bit of comedy into wrestling too.
All right.
Like take that line between silly and stupid.
Right. Okay. All right. To keep it entertaining. Yeah. All right. Cool. So, do you have any interest in being like a cartoon character?
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
I just say I grew up on like Looney Tunes, Batman the Animated Series, all the stuff from the like late '90s, early 2000s, and the classic stuff. So yeah, awesome. I draw a lot of inspiration from that.
Cool. So I have recently started creating this cartoon with another pro wrestler. His name is TK ODean, and so the cartoon we've created is called Dream Team. And so we're going to have different pro wrestlers that I meet through the podcast cameo. If you're interested in, being in an episode and doing voiceovers, whatever, I can create, a cartoon version of you, or you could be a, cartoon otter if you wanted to. And
I'll take my wrestling character.
All right.
They can wear the shoulder pads, not me. That'd be great.
All right. Yeah. Let's send me a picture you want as reference for what you want it to look like, and then I can make that happen. And I'll even add it in right here, and then But I'll come up with some stuff like maybe you walking down to the ring, hyping up the crowd, whatever, and I'll put that at the end of this episode as well. And
awesome.
Then, but then we'll get you in there, and we'll create a mini episode. But they're only like less than 90 seconds is the goal, because I want to keep them, very short paced, because then it's just like so much easier. I recently finished creating a film called Coma Dreams, and that's about my experience of when I was in a coma 10 years ago.
Oh my
And
God.
so I'll tell you that story. I had a bunch of seizures one day. I had never had them before. I haven't had them since. But one day I had between 15 and 20 of them. My brain was swelling, so they put me into a medically induced coma to calm the brain waves down. And I was in the coma for about 3 weeks, and the doctors had told my parents that best case scenario, I was going to be in a vegetative state the rest of my life. And I had all these crazy dreams while I was in it. I thought they were true when I woke up. And when I did wake up, they brought me to a rehab center to teach me to walk again. And on that first night there, the doctor said it was going to be a few months, probably a year before I made it back home. I told him I was going to be home next week. And he started laughing at me. He's like, I have no clue where you're getting that idea from. It's going to be at least a few months, and then we can talk. And I said, well, no offense, doctor, but you don't know me. I am going to be home next week. And a week to that day, I was back home. So
That's amazing.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
That's off to you, man. It's awesome.
Thank you. So after I had made it back home, I wrote down everything about the experience. And then during that whole COVID shutdown, I turned it into a movie script. I got it properly formatted, copyrighted, etc. And then that ended up being, kind of worthless to get it copyrighted and properly formatted, all that BS, because I created it myself. And I ended up rewriting the script anyways, at least 10 times, because I realized that in order to create this film, it would be a lot easier to do it using the cartoon characters I already had, as opposed to trying to get people to be actors and actresses and all together in a location, and then having to deal with budgets, and it just
Gotcha.
it was more of a dream state, literal dream, to want to make it a real life film as opposed to a cartoon. And then back in August, I had another health scare where and this was a new doctor that I had. He got my blood work, we did the blood work, and he told me that based off of those results, it looked like I could potentially have seizures again.
Oh, man.
And this was he didn't even know I had seizures before or that I was in the coma. So to me, that was oh shit, I need to get moving with this film. Otherwise, if I die, then it never gets told and it never goes out there. And then I'm just a memory for a little bit of time. And there's, so I had promised, I had promised God essentially, and I'm not even religious, but I was just God or the creator of the universe, whatever this really is, whether it's a simulation or not, if I can just have my health back, I will happily create this film and I will make sure it gets done. And so it's 99.99% done now. And there's going to be one part I'm adding in at the very end where I'm going to say, and I got to still figure out the exact wording. This is kind of going off the top of my head, but it's going to be something like, when I first started this project, I knew it was either going to be genius or a total waste of time. But the beautiful thing about it is, now that it's finished, it's up to you to decide. So that's going to be probably the outro line of it. Because right now, the outro line is, what's a better rebrand than coming back from the dead? And I like that too. Yeah. But, it's because I'm using the credits to kind of hype up the spinoff that's coming from it, which is a show called Hide and Coach. Because my character is Coach, and then there's another character in the series called Hyde, and so Hyde the hyena, and so I was going to kind of hide and seek, so that's why I put Hyde first, and then we're gonna have some episodes in there as well where his son is having a character named Seek, so then they will be Hide and Seek, and then the show's gonna be Hide and Coach, and so yeah, I think there's a lot of good things to come this year, and we can definitely get you cameoing in in a lot of them.
Yeah,
cool.
Sign me up.
Awesome. All right, do you have any other memories about wrestling or training that you want to share?
So I'll say when I'll say when I first started training at MCW, I'll say I was in the first, one of the people that was in my newbie class, and I'm so happy they are out there doing well in the wrestling world, was Zeta Steel. Was in my newbie class, and just like love what they're doing. I love all the success they've had, and just love to see good things happening to good people.
Why do I know that name?
So they were in WWEID.
Okay.
And I think they are now signed to AEW.
Okay. So that's probably why then. All right. Because it sounded really familiar, and I wasn't sure if that was somebody I had reached out to before or had a conversation with. But yeah, but that would make sense if they're in AEW and they've been in WWEID. Cool. All right. How about anybody else? Any other shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, just my entire Renaissance Rumble family, EWA, Catchpoint. Like, I've been working with them a lot, and just great people.
Awesome. Remind us, when's your next match?
Ooh, next match, March 28th at EWA. So
March 28th at EWA. So about a month and a half out.
Yeah, month and a half out. Probably have like some in-house matches in between then, but yeah.
But that's the big one.
Just training, coaching, and having fun till then.
All right. Awesome. Well, thank you for taking the time to join us today. I will let you know when this gets uploaded, and then I'll create clips, et cetera, et cetera. And we'll definitely have you back on in the future.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day.
All right, thank you. Do the same.
I wake up scrolling
Later.
thumb tied, so numb. Alarm yelling, dream big. I hit snooze, dream done. Life ain't bad, that's the problem though. Pain on layaway, comfort keeping me broke. I say one day like it's scheduled in my phone, but someday
Showtime! This energy is electrifying! The hero has arrived! Let's give them a show!
How it starts, I keep asking for a sign. Universe like you don't need motivation, you need to move your butt. Everybody wanna change, but they comfy in the cage. Living quiet desperation, call it normal, call it safe. If you waiting on a feeling, you gon' wait another year. Do the work while you scared. Confidence appear, yeah, comfort's a trap. Discipline the map, act first, feelings follow. That's a psychological fact. I thought I needed confidence to finally begin. Turns out confidence is built by repeatedly taking L's and then winning. Brain say chill, heart say more. Ego say tomorrow, discipline say floor. Push-ups when I'm tired, mic on when I'm dry. Posting when it's cringy, true, louder than my pride. Life don't change from thoughts, it changes from reps. Every small uncomfortable step, cash and interest on self-respect. Nobody coming to save you, that's a cheat code. Scary at first and then freeze your soul. Pain of effort or pain of regret. Pick one, either way you pay the debt. Everybody wanna change, but they comfy in the cage. Living quiet desperation, call it normal, call it safe. If you waiting on a feeling, you gon' wait another year. Do the work while you scared. Confidence appear, yeah, comfort's a trap. Discipline the map, act first, feelings follow, yeah, remember that. No montage music when you starting from the floor. Just you versus you, no applause, no encore. But every time you choose hard over easy, you rewrite the story, make the future less greasy. I ain't special, I'm consistent when it sucks. That's the difference between dreams and actual stuff. So I move before I'm ready, let the nerves come along. Fearing the passenger seat, but I'm driving this song. Quiet desperation, loud until you act. Life don't get better, you get better than that.
A coma is just a comma in your life. Trust and believe everything will be alright, be alright. You ain't done yet, you just paused mid-fall. In your life, trust and believe everything will be alright, be alright. You ain't done yet, you just paused mid-fall. Trust and believe everything will be alright. You ain't done yet, you just paused mid-fall. I was walking through the
jungle with my people by my side. Didn't know that in the moment I'd be fighting for my life. Felt the world start spinning, colors all fade to white. Next thing I knew, I was falling out of sight. Heard voices in the darkness saying, coach, hold tight. But the fear in Queen Jeezy had me wanting to fight. Dreams turn to storms when you can't stand the bright. But every storm breaks when you step into the light. A coma is just a comma in your life. Trust and believe everything will be alright. Be alright. You ain't done yet, you just paused it. Trust and believe everything will be alright. You ain't done yet, you just paused mid-fight. In the hospital bed, trying to piece back time. Maya told me, breathe, one step you'll climb. Truth lying, drop facts while the monitors chime. Said your brain hit a wall, but your hope still shines. Juji made jokes when the nights felt long. Panda read stories, keeping my heart strong. Hilarious hood pulled pranks, but he meant no wrong. And Stamps hustled salts when the pressure felt on. Every dream I battled was a lesson in disguise. Every fall just a setup for a stronger rise. When Queen JC cried, man, it opened my eyes. I ain't quitting on my people, ain't no goodbye. A coma is just a comma in your life. Trust and believe everything will be alright. Be alright. You ain't done yet, you just paused mid-fight. Trust and believe everything will be alright. You ain't done yet, you just paused mid-fight. He's good. He's more than good. He's still winning. A setback ain't a sentence. It's just a pause in the paragraph. I woke up with a vision and the fire in my chest. Every scar I carry is a reason I'm blessed. Life hit hard, but I hit back twice. Yeah, I'm alright.
Thank you to my sponsor, Coma Dreams. A coma is just a comma in your life. Tonight proved that you pause, you breathe, and you finish the sentence. We did that, we finished
You
it.
looked unstoppable out there.
I didn't quit. Coma Dreams prove comebacks are real. Thank you, coach. I told y'all, no matter how deep it gets, wake up and fight.
Coma Dreams stayed with me. It reminded me not to take any day for granted. Just being healthy, training, and showing up is something to be thankful for.
I didn't expect this, but Coma Dreams actually hit me. Watching Coach go through that made me realize how fragile life is and why you don't waste your shot. This isn't a movie, it's life. It is what it is.
You know, I didn't expect to get hit this hard by a film, but Coma Dreams just wrecked me in the best way. The way it showed someone fighting their way back, step by step, it felt honest, like rolling here on the mats.
All right, I watched Coma Dreams, and I'm going to tell you, Coach's recovery, that was truly inspiring. That's a story worth watching.
I've chased titles my whole life. Coma Dreams reminded me the real prize is waking up and getting another chance. I'm grateful. Thank you, Coach. I've been knocked down more times than I can count. Coma Dreams reminded me, you never quit, you keep standing back up.
Shout out to Coma Dreams. A coma is just a comma in your life. We finished the sentence and we finished the fight. Thank you, coach.
Congratulations on the win. What's the message tonight?
Train by day, Coma Dreams by night, all day.